Okay, welcome everyone to the June 16th iteration of whatever this is. Because we combined the technical meeting and the live hangout every other week. And so this is the off week. So this is a special meeting called for Tarun to kind of go over the MicroProfile tutorial. So I didn't mean to, that came out the wrong way, Tarun, the way I initially announced it. So anyway, go ahead and the floor is yours, and feel free to demo as you want. Do you want to take questions as you're demoing, or do you want us to wait until you're done at checkpoints?
Yeah, we can take it as I'm demoing.
Okay, take it away.
Sure. Sure, I will share my screen in a minute and then we'll be all set. Perfect. So, so yeah, I will walk us through the microprofile tutorial and as well as the code examples. Just a minute, let me see everything is fine. Okay, perfect. Just so yes, now I think everyone would be seeing my browser open and is the sharing started? Okay, I think just yes, now here it's all set.
Yeah, now I see it.
Perfect, perfect. Great. So yes, so this is the micro profile tutorial and no, with 7.1 now we support multiple version. So this was the original tutorial and in 7.1 we have new chapters as well as updates. So what I will be doing is I'll be going through some of the chapters which got updated. So here we have the reactive messaging chapter which has been added. GraphQL is the new chapter. So these are the two umbrella or standalone specification which are covered. And then there were multiple chapters which were updated. For example, the telemetry, fault tolerance. Uh, so these were OpenAI, Open API, and REST client. So these were the chapters which were updated. So as a reader, yes, I know someone can go through this URL. This is my uh, local branch, or it's like my personal branch. So it is, there are multiple PRs open right now, which is about to get merged. Once all the PRs are merged, this will be available with the microprofile domain as well. So here, for example, let me go through the GraphQL chapter. So in GraphQL chapter, there has been various sections. So this is a new chapter which has added. It covers about GraphQL and there is some fundamentals about what is GraphQL, differences between REST and GraphQL, and the syntax of GraphQL. And throughout the tutorial, I have used e-commerce application as an example. So all the code samples, they are working with various microservices. So for example, product catalog microservice or payment service. So these are all examples which are available. So here the code snippets are there. So this is about the chapter. So let me now go to the code examples. I will also share that this is the text for HTML based chapter. This is written as ASCII doc and then compiled using Antora to this tutorial. So here uh, we have the content, which is for getting familiar or learning about various microprofile specifications in details, along with code snippets and explanation. So this is kind of a tutorial, but along with this tutorial, there is the code examples as well. So let me go to the code examples. So I have the IDE open here. So here, all the code examples will be available in the repo, in the GitHub repo. The link to the repo is also provided in the tutorial. So in the initial section, so we have the link of the repo, details about how to download the code and then how to execute it. So there, all instructions about getting your environment set up is there. So which is about getting the Java, getting IDE, and then how do we start with Maven project or Gradle project. So this is all covered within the tutorial in the initial chapters. And now once a user goes to the repo, in the repo, we have this code, and within the code, there are folders for each of the chapters. So these chapters, code examples for each of the chapters are independent. So someone can kind of go through them in sequence, or he can, or that person can kind of go to any chapter. So for example, if I go to chapter 12, which was about GraphQL, so here in this particular chapter, there is a README file. And in the README file, which is right now open here, I have also explained in detail the steps to execute the code. So here there is a brief about what is the code example all about. And then some topics, for example, if some troubleshooting or some related libraries or frameworks are used, then that detail is provided. So here, as you see in the README file, this is just a preview of the README file. And here we have the details. And then there is also details about what the project is all about. So as I said that this is about a e-commerce application. So GraphQL chapter is demonstrating a catalog service. So here there are instructions. So for example, here I have the server running. So let me come and so here I have used here Open Liberty as an example, but as a server runtime, but the code could be run in any of the MicroProfile compatible runtime. So here I will just stop if there is any running servers. So first thing is I have to go to the folder where the code is there, and then the relevant chapter. And then within this chapter, we'll have folders about the microservice. So here in this case, I have the chapter on catalog, and there is a service called catalog service. And this is the project, so which we would run to see GraphQL. So here there are instructions provided here. So for example, ambient clean package, this to compile, then how to run this particular server. So that is also provided here. So I'll just quickly run these commands. And then there is details about the endpoints and how to execute this is also provided. So here, for example, in the GraphQL, have talked about how to enable the GraphQL UI or these GraphQL based queries which could be made. So now my server is running. Okay. So I will use the curl here to make this query. I will just open so any questions about the structuring of the tutorial? So now I will open another terminal window so that I can execute. These comma commands. So just a minute. So facing. Let's get rid of this. Open again the terminal. So basically, I'll try it here. So to run the GraphQL command, I have here. So the server is running with port 5060. And then as we see here, this is the endpoint. And then we can give here content type. And then our command. So just give me a minute. So now I can paste this part of the GraphQL query. And then finally close this. So basically, this is how we run the command. So just a minute, let me see. Yeah, got it. So let me try one more time. There were some ports missing. Let me fix that. So if this part is. So basically, this is how we run the commands. Let me try to get the right curl command in a minute. So yeah, here this is the command which got executed, and this is the output which we are getting from the server response. So I'll update this tutorial with the exact curl command so that no one has to manually create it in the README file. And likewise, we have commands to kind of fetch with ID. So this is example of filtering. So here source code is also available, and the structuring of the source code is also shared about in the README file. So someone who is going through the README file, he can look into the entities, he can see what is the source code, how this is implemented. So there is classes uh, using this type annotation and various annotations of GraphQL, MicroProfile GraphQL specification is used to implement these GraphQL APIs. So all that could be gone, means could be learned using this particular tutorial. So this was about the GraphQL chapter. So here, this particular GraphQL endpoint have various APIs. So this is, uh, I will just go through them quickly. So in this particular tutorial, we have demonstrated getting all products from the catalog, then getting a specific ID, and then also to to limit the fields. So how GraphQL can help in reducing the overfetching or underfetching of fields, so that client can drive what schema they want in the response. And we have talked about here computed fields. Then I have also talked about this has associations, so products with reviews. So how to deal with associations, how to get multiple products, how GraphQL helps in reducing the n+1 query problem. So all that is covered here. So syntax of all different types of supported GraphQL queries have been provided here. Here we have searching example for searching. So here we are searching for some electronics product, categories electronics, and the name has laptop. So this is different examples, and also calculated fields, calculating statistical data, for example, the count of products, average price, etc. So these are various concepts which are covered. Also about complex queries. So here we have the relationship, so products and their reviews, and then also the top two reviews. So there are complex queries. Then I've covered about mutation. Mutation is about creating or updating the data. So here, this is all about creating a product with the input of the product details. So this is this is one example for creating a product. Then similarly, we have a example of updating a product. So all these examples have been provided even for the delete request. So someone who will be going through will get a comprehensive understanding of GraphQL, and then definitely with code example, they will understand how to implement all these features. So this example covers all different kinds of queries, even with aliases and fragments. So this is all about GraphQL, and then how to do error handling, and example of how the errors are returned. So it's also provided here. So this is, yeah, here I have already Okay, I could have pasted it here directly from this. So that is already there. So some examples are there. And you see here the output is coming. So where we are getting the products in the JSON format. So this is there. So all these examples, which I've mentioned as a GraphQL syntax, I already have the curl command. So this is for creating a product. So let me run this also. So here you
Sorry,
see,
Tarun, sorry to interrupt. Just to let you know, we're about halfway through our allotted time, right?
sure.
So I know you were thinking about, updating us on multiple chapters. So just this is just a time check.
Yes, yes, sure. Thank you. So this is all that about the GraphQL chapter. Let me now move to another chapter. So let me demonstrate about two more chapters. One is I'll cover fault tolerance, and then I'll cover telemetry. So these two more stuff let me cover. So any questions on the GraphQL before I move on to the next chapter? Perfect. So then what was also updated? So this was a new chapter which has been added. That means the entire chapter content was new. And in fault tolerance, this is updated to the latest specification. So let me now take you through. So in fault tolerance, what is covered is different strategies, starting from making asynchronous calls, then timeouts, then we have retries, fallback, circuit breakers, bulkhead. So all different patterns have been explained here and has been demonstrated as well. So circuit breaker is also demonstrated with the help of the code, with the help of a diagram as well as code. So the similar structuring is there for the fault tolerance chapter. So let me now go to the code. So let me then stop this server and I'll move to a different repo right now, but definitely uh, since the code is not yet merged, that's why I'm moving to a different repo. But no switching of repo is required. Once all the code is merged, then everything will be available in one repo. So let me just stop the server and I will move to other chapter. So just for everyone's reference, we have all the pull request here and all these codes is available as a PR here. So now we spoke about GraphQL. So this was the code update for GraphQL. This is the PR, which is under review. And so this is the repo where the GraphQL code is there, which I demonstrated. Now I'll move to a different repo, which is for fault tolerance. So So yeah, let me put this. So I'm now in the new repo where I have the updated code for fault tolerance. So in fault tolerance, this is tricky to kind of demonstrate. So I'll be using scripts and I'll share how the code is structured. So now, again, there is a code folder, and for fault tolerance, the chapter number is 8. And within chapter 8, we have payment service, which is used as an example to demonstrate various fault tolerance pattern. So let me go to the folder where we have the code for the payment service. So just a minute, and let me go back. Yes. So here again we'll be running the payment service. So I'm running this. So in the meantime, I'll demonstrate the code. So here there is a code for payment service, and in the payment service, we have an entity payment detail, which has the details like card numbers, holder name, expiry date, security code, and the amount of the payment. And then we have all the code examples are structured as per best practices for putting them in different folders and package structure. So here we have the payment service. So here in the payment service, there are different endpoints. One is authorized payment, then check gateway health, and then send payment notification. So these all endpoints are used to demonstrate different concepts. For example, authorized payment demonstrates how to use retry, timeout, and fallback. And then we have circuit breaker demonstration using the payment gateway health endpoint. And then also we are demonstrating timeout and the other features like bulkhead and fallback. So these are implemented again through MicroProfile annotations. So going through the code example will help readers understand how these features can be implemented, and with the code examples, these gives a practical example about when to use what kind of feature of MicroProfile. Now let me demonstrate this. So I have the server running. Okay, let me also showcase one more important thing, that once the server is running, we have, say, for example, the payment service. As we can see, the payment service is running here in 9080. This is the port. So I can go to the 9080 port. Just a minute. I'll run it through. Yeah, so here we have the Open Liberty server running. This is the default home page. And then this is the endpoint. Okay, just a minute, it's getting redirected. Okay, I'll come back to this particular feature. Somehow the environment is redirecting to some different URL. But yes, let me demonstrate the fault tolerance feature here. So in this, let me demonstrate first the authorized payment method. So just perfect. So yeah, somehow I was able to get the URL. So what I wanted to demonstrate in the browser. So here, this is the payment service, and this is associated Open API documentation or Swagger documentation. So this is very useful. So even readers can go to the Open API specification. All the services have Open API specification. And here, for example, using authorization, payment authorization service. So we can try it out here. So here, for example, there is some payment. If I want to make, for example, here $75, I can use this interface. And now it is simulating a call to real payment gateway. So there is a delay and there are random errors which are introduced. And so this demonstrates even the retries as well. So that's why it was taking time. So here we got the response, which is this is payment authorized for $75. So this is one endpoint. And then this is about gateway health. So this endpoint makes a call to the external payment gateway and returns the status. So for example, here it's returning healthy. So this is just a simulation and there is random errors will be generated. All the fault tolerance mechanism could be simulated. So this is various endpoints. Now coming back to demonstrating the different use cases, for example, retries. So I have here the scripts. So these scripts could be used. So let me go to the code folder again in a different terminal window. This is chapter 8, and then this is payment service. So there has been various test scripts. So for example, here I have some basic test. So let me run this first. So these are shell scripts which has the curl command, which I was giving manually. So this was a little bit tricky because typing curl command is not that convenient. So I have created this test scripts. So with these test scripts, someone can test the payment service. And then we have also the output, which is written here. So this has a lot of descriptions about what test is being run. So for example, here we are running the basic test, which is we are getting get payment configuration, and then this is the response. Then what was the time it took, and this was successful. So these are all various endpoints which are getting tested here. So this is a basic endpoint test. Then next test is we can test asynchronous calls. So some of the endpoints have sleep and delay within their logic. So this will help us demonstrate asynchronous calls. So yeah, this particular test is about demonstrating the asynchronous behavior of the calls and how it is implemented in MicroProfile fault tolerance. So basically here the notification service has been taking a lot of time because there has been a 2-second delay, which is a simulation. But with the sync calls, it shows the time duration, and with async call, it is expected to kind of uh, happen very fast. So this is the test case which demonstrates about asynchronous behavior of different API calls. Similarly, for testing retry, I have another test. So here it makes a call to payment authorization, and then there is a random delay. So here, what are the parameters which is used is described here. So basically here there are 3 retries, and for each of the retry there is a delay and some random jitter has been added. And then there are errors also. So there are recoverable errors as well as unrecoverable error. So when there is unrecoverable error, then there is no retry. So all that implementation is shown here. And then here again with this script, I demonstrate that retry has been happening. So for example, here there has been 3 retries. There is 1 retry in another call. So there are multiple calls which have been made, and there are different retries which are happening. And at the end, I also show integration with the microprofile matrix. So all the matrices are also shown here, which is also available in this particular endpoint. So this is the integration between fault tolerance and matrix, which is also a new feature in fault tolerance 4.1 specification. So this is something which is new feature which is being demonstrated here. So similarly, I have the test scripts for circuit breakers as well as for all other fault tolerance strategies. And again, with very simplified code examples, with well-documented code examples, so that readers can understand how these are implemented. So for example, here, this is a retry implementation. As I said, there is three retries, and then there is a delay of 2000 milliseconds, and then randomness, and then where we have 2 different errors. One is the recoverable error and other unrecoverable error. And based on what error has happened, this fault tolerance mechanism decides whether to retry or not. And if all the retries fails, there is fallback as well, and then timeout also. So all that has been demonstrated here. And in other services as well, we have circuit breaker, which is demonstrating that what is the expectation for circuit breaker to start to become open, and then how many requests. So here there is a volume threshold of 4, and when there is 2 successful responses, then automatically the circuit breaker closes, and then the API is enabled, otherwise it will be disabled. So all that details have been provided here. So here we have covered all the fault tolerance mechanisms available in MicroProfile. So this is about fault tolerance. Next, I will demonstrate telemetry. So any questions on this? So let me go
Nope. I
to,
think you've got probably enough time for one more. It's 48 after the hour, so you have about 12 more minutes.
sure. How many minutes? Pardon?
12.
12 minutes. Sure. So yeah, that should be sufficient. So I'll quickly show that telemetry. Uh, so in MicroProfile telemetry, this is chapter 9. And here there has been a demonstration about how do we collect traces and matrices as well as logs. So it's all about observability and various configurations for collecting this tracing information. And here I have used LGTM stack. So that is what I will be quickly demonstrating. So this is the chapter with details about the source code and about various telemetry features which are described here. So let me quickly go to the code. I will again switch my branch because still the merge is pending. So let me quickly stop the server here. Right. Now I'll check out to the other branch. Okay. So now I am into the telemetry branch. And the chapter, as I said, is chapter 9. So I'll move to chapter 9. So let me reopen my terminal. Looks like it's stuck. Yes. Again, in this chapter, I'm using payment service. And so I'll move to the payment folder. And within this payment project, we have the README file. So let me open the README file because that has that instructions to run all these tools for collecting the traces. So let me open the README file. So this is the README file, and let me open this in the preview mode. So this is the preview of the README document because here we have instructions for setting up LGTM observability stack. So let me go here directly to this section where we have the instruction. So first we'll start the observability stack. So this is based on LGTM observability stack, Loki, Grafana, Tempo. So uh, that is all there in this stack. And to run this, this is available as a single Docker Compose image. So here I'm starting up all these tools in one command. And now all these four processes should be running. So I can verify it. This is as per the instructions here, how to kind of start these tools. So as I said here, this Grafana, Loki, then Hotel Collector. This is Open Telemetry Collector, Prometheus, and Tempo. They are all started and running, and they are available in different endpoints. So you can see here, these are the different endpoints. And when we go to these endpoints, we can see these processes running. So 1300, this is the endpoint for Grafana, which aggregates all these tools. So Grafana is like a portal which aggregates all the tools within a single interface. I'm using a, so here, this is the Grafana which is open. Let me type my password. I will skip resetting the password, and this is opening the Grafana dashboard. Now I'll make a call in my sample application because this is configured to send data to the dashboard. So here, let me run my application. I'll go back to terminal. I will open a new terminal window and run these command. So first one is to compile and package the application. Then next is I'll run so that as I will call the endpoints, we'll be seeing the traces. So in this particular file, we have information about how to test it. So there is commands which we can execute and then see the associated matrices. So here, how to go to Grafana and see the matrices. I have described them step by step in this README file. And then there are screenshots about what data you can expect after these commands are run. So this is very straightforward for someone who is going through the code examples about MicroProfile Open Telemetry. They can learn from the chapter, and then they can look into the code examples and the tooling details which are outside the scope of MicroProfile. They can get to know about in the README file which is included with the code examples. So now this server is running. So let me make some calls.
And sorry, Tarun, we've got like just a few minutes left, and I know I see Jan has his hand up. So can
Sure.
you finish up just doing one or two examples, and then maybe if someone can, I'll have some time
Absolutely.
for questions. Thanks.
Sure. So Jan, you can go ahead and give me, yeah, ask the question.
Yeah, I put it in the chat meanwhile, but uh, for the looks great to me stack, do you use the single container image from Grafana linked in that chat, or you build that by using Docker Compose on your own?
Yes, so that is from their project website. So that instructions, no, I have taken up from the project website, LGTM project website. So let me show you that. Yeah, the compose file has all the detail. So here with the source code, there is a Docker compose file, and this compose file knows how to kind of download the Docker images. So, so yes, that's,
Yeah,
and
because
this is
Grafana is
the,
providing the complete stack in a single container.
yes, yes, this is provided by Grafana. That I'm using that only.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
So this is the official LGTM Docker Compose file, which I'm using. Okay. So now coming back, let me quickly run some commands. So here I see the payment server running, and this is running in 9080 port. So I'll quickly go to the port and let me call these endpoints from Open API. So for example, I can go here, I can make a call for payment. So yeah, this payment call has been made. I can make few more calls just to get more data in the telemetry. So made few calls. Now I'll go to the dashboard, and then I will look into these telemetry information, which is available here. So here I should go to, so let me have a reference of where exactly we need to look into. So coming back to, so yeah. So here we have to go to Grafana, explore, then select tempo. So Let me try. So let me just verify. Looks like few of the services are not yet started. So that's why I was not seeing that view. So for example, here I have also mentioned instructions about how do we verify that all the stacks are running. So here, for example, to see the tempo running, we should go to this particular endpoint, 13,200, and then have a ready endpoint here.
Yeah, apologies. If you could finish up here,
So
we're 3 minutes
sure,
over. Thanks.
sure, perfect. So yeah, probably I will share a recording of these steps. So right now, this is all documented. So yes, this could be also referred. So this is all
Uh,
about telemetry.
Tone, you should document that that environment variable should be set. So otherwise, the looks great to me stack is caching the issues and you see them later only. So for quick testing, it's important to set that environment variable.
Sure.
Then you see it half a second later.
Yes. Sure. So maybe you can put
It's
this
in the
into.
chat.
Okay, it's in the chat. Sure. So I'll make a note of this and
Mhm.
then just verify all this is there. Yes. So that setting up the environment variable, etc., is also already covered in the chapter content. Yes, because this was something related to open telemetry. So as far as I recall, it's there in the chapter content. And there should be also information about, so here, just I'm going to the table of contents. So
Yeah, I
some
think you
trouble
need to
happens there as well.
you need to set it in the environment where you launch that container for the stack that it works.
Ah, okay, okay. Sure.
So it should be here.
Okay, in the README file. Perfect. In the steps. In the steps. Sure. I'll update that.
Alrighty, I'm gonna kind of step in here since we're a decent amount over time. A couple of things.
Sure.
First, next week is the steering committee call, so anyone that wants to join, please do. Um, Also, Tarun, thank you very much. I know it's getting increasingly late your time. Thank you for giving us an update here. The recording, it may take a little bit of time to get up there. I'll get it up with a good issue and everything, and then Ryan can take it and upload it to YouTube. So probably a couple days. I hope worst case.
Yeah,
Sure.
this was awesome, Tarun. Thank you.
Yeah, it actually helped me out
Yes.
a lot. So I plan on trying some of this stuff out with the newer content.
Sure.
All right. I apologize. I'm gonna kind of end the call here. Thank you very much, and we will hopefully see everyone next week. Tarun, obviously optional for you, but for the regular microprofilers, hopefully see you next week.
One quick note, can we add a discussion point on the steering committee meeting regarding the MicroProfile in bracelets config future directions regarding the MicroProfile config moval to Jakarta when there's time to at the end of the...
Yeah, we can. And I know you were going to try and get the recording posted somewhere of the last call where I think it was covered in more depth. That might be helpful for any prep work.
Yeah, I think there was no recording for that
Oh.
Jakarta platform meeting last week. And we had a discussion today too. You left meanwhile.
Yeah, I had a duplicate. I actually had. I was oversubscribed.
Yeah, so therefore we should add it to that point that yeah, there is some something to discuss, and so everybody is prepared. Of course, we do not make decisions on that, but having it on the agenda would be great.
I can add it.
Thanks.
All right, thanks everyone.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.